everyone, and welcome back to the Bright and Better podcast, where we dive into fresh ideas and practical insights to help you level up your life, one day at a time. I'm your host, Jessica, and I'm so excited about today's episode. We're talking about micro innovations, teeny changes that can lead to massive transformations. Joining me is the author of the new book, The Micro Innovation Playbook, Zenson Tran. Zenson, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jessica. Thanks so much for having me. It's great to be here and chat about all things micro.
Absolutely. I've been absolutely devouring your book, and I have to say, it's such a breath of fresh air. I'm used to seeing advice that screams, go big or go home, but your book flips that on its head. Can you start by telling us, what is a micro innovation and why should we be excited about it?
Sure, at its core, a micro innovation is any small but strategic change you make to your daily routines or environment. Something so easy you barely notice you're doing it. Yet, over time, these tiny tweaks can add up to huge results. The reason we should get excited? They don't rely on willpower or drastic lifestyle overhauls. They're approachable, repeatable, and, most importantly, sustainable. A 1% improvement each day feels doable, right?
Totally doable. And I love how you say it compounds, like interest, right?
Exactly. Improving just 1% daily can make you exponentially better over a year. It's all about harnessing that incremental momentum.
So, how did you stumble upon the idea of writing the Micro Innovation Playbook? Was there an aha moment that sparked your passion for micro changes?
It really started from personal frustration. I used to dive into huge goals, then burn out after a week or two, no matter how motivated I was initially. I realized it wasn't me, it was the strategy. Big leaps are great in theory, but they're rarely sustainable. When I scaled things down to micro steps, like a single push up or reading just one page, I actually stuck with it. That led me to research the science behind habits, willpower, and compounding gains. Over time, those tiny experiments transformed my productivity, health, and mindset. I wanted to package those insights into something anyone could apply.
And you sure did. It's so practical. Every chapter ends with an immediate action, like 30-second fix. Why is that kind of instant action so important?
Because knowledge alone doesn't create change, doing does. By giving readers a quick 30-second step, they get a mini win before they even finish the chapter. That rush of success, even if small, triggers a dopamine hit that makes the habit feel good. And feeling good encourages you to come back for more the next day.
Could you share one or two micro innovation tips from the book that listeners can try right now?
Sure, one of my favorites is the 2 minute rule. If a task takes under 2 minutes, answering a short email, picking up clutter, do it immediately instead of letting it pile up. You'll be amazed at how much lighter your life feels. Another is the first input rule. Be mindful of the very first thing you feed your brain in the morning. Instead of doom scrolling, do something uplifting or intentional, like a quick gratitude note or a calming stretch. It sets the tone for your whole day.
I tried the 2-minute rule after reading your chapter, and oh my goodness, it's so simple, but it unclogged my inbox and cleared my desk. I feel so relieved by the end of the day now. It's funny how something that small can change the vibe of an entire workday.
That's what I love hearing. Micro innovations often feel insignificant at first, but the effect is real, especially when they free your mind from nagging tasks.
I can already imagine some listeners saying, I've tried habits before. I always fail. How does your book address the fear of failing or slipping up?
Well, we talk about the never miss twice rule. It's okay to slip once, but do a bare minimum version the next day so you don't miss twice in a row. That way, you never feel like a total failure just because you had an off day. You don't need perfection, You just need to keep the habit alive in any small form.
Yes, that gave me permission to be human and still succeed. So, for anyone listening who's intrigued, maybe they've burned out on big resolutions or they're craving a fresh start, why should they pick up the Micro Innovation Playbook right now?
Because this approach genuinely meets you where you are. There's no all or nothing. You can start as small as you like, build consistency, and watch your confidence grow. If you're busy, overwhelmed, or just tired of failing at big goals, micro innovations offer a gentle on ramp to real, lasting change. Plus, it's fun. Tiny wins feel good.
Couldn't agree more. It's like having a personal coach cheering you on with easy daily steps. I'm honestly so excited for everyone to read this book and see how it can transform their routines, their mindsets, maybe even their whole outlook on life. Zenson, thank you for sharing your wisdom and that spark of motivation with us today. This conversation has been enlightening and super practical.
My pleasure. Thank you for giving me a space to talk about micro innovations. I hope our listeners try just one tiny change today.
Absolutely. So, folks, if you're ready to embrace the power of small steps and watch them build into big, meaningful changes, grab your copy of the Micro Innovation Playbook. Trust me, you'll never look at a 2-minute task the same way again. Thanks for tuning in to Brighten Better. Don't forget to subscribe for more life enhancing conversations. Until next time, remember, even the smallest step can spark something massive.